Hello chums, my name is Dr. Charles Knight. In this short video, I'm going to tell you how you can make use of a free piece of software called Flipboard to enhance your VLE environment, provide additional value to your students, save time, and I'll talk through a couple of common scenarios in which you might use Flipboard with the students. Okay, my university makes use of Blackboard, and you can see here on my Business Strategy and Digital Goods module I've already embedded a Flipboard magazine. Now, I will talk through this embedding process in a moment. One point I will make is, if students make use of a mobile device to access your VLE, and the mobile device or app doesn't allow this embedded widget, Flipboard automatically just turns it into a standard HTML link that says View Magazine here. Okay, so let's have a look at my magazine. So this is a magazine that supports my module. It's called Digital Economy. And you can see I've already added some content to this. This week was the first week of my courses. The module covers a lot of different things about digital economy. One of the things we got talking about in our first session was about how the digital economy's changed dating. And I saw this story, so I quickly added it to Flipboard. The nice thing about Flipboard is completely free. There are some really nice mobile apps. There's an Android app, and there's also a really nice iPad app. And if you make use of the apps, they appear really like magazines. It generates them like magazines. But the students, if they don't want to install an app, they can follow the magazine on the website, and they don't even need to set up an account to do so. Okay, so let's have a go at doing this from scratch. And the beauty of me videoing this is I'm going to go through this quite quickly, simply because you can pause and rewind as you like. So this is a project management module that I'm running. So I'm going to go to my Flipboard account, and you can set up a Flipboard account with a Facebook account, a Google account, or even an email address. So I'm going to create a new magazine called Project Management, surprisingly. This magazine contains additional material about project management. And for a management academic, I can't spell management. It's up to you, I leave all of my magazines public that anyone can freely see them on the website. Because why not? One of my colleagues, Dr. Andrea Wright, she is a film theorist, and she has a really successful cult film magazine that I believe she has about 1,500 followers. The students really get a lot from it, but other people do. And it's actually, if you think about it, it's a nice way to increase your web presence, I guess. So I created my project management magazine. I can share this to people at this point, but I'm not going to do so. So if I go to the magazine itself, you'll see there's currently no content. Now, before you do any sharing, add at least one story to the magazine. And the reason is, there are some additional options that we can make use of here that are not available to you until you've added some content. So, how do we add content to a Flipboard magazine? Well, this is really nice and simple, and this is why actually I recommend it to busy academics, because you might have seen a really interesting story that will be great for the students. However, by the time you've logged onto your VLE and you've added the link, well, you just can't be bothered. So, let's have a look. So, here's a nice one. Okay, from the Aberdeen Evening Express. I've seen this story. I think, okay, yeah, I might want to discuss this in class. I'm going to do a session actually in a couple of weeks in the class about what happens when projects start to run behind and why do they run behind. Now, if you make use of a modern browser such as Chrome, Firefox and Safari, they allow you, if you're not familiar with this, to add what we call extensions. And I've got a number of extensions that I use with my browser. In Chrome, just go to More Tools, Extensions. And you'll see here it says Get More Extensions. I typed in Flipboard. There's a different ones, but I put the main one in, Flip it. And what happens is a little icon appears here. And that little icon, you can click on it and log in. But I've already done that. So I'm going to click on Flip It. I have my project management magazine, so I'm going to add the content. You will see that it does allow you to add a note. This is an example of project management overspend. I'm now going to click Add It, and that's added to my magazine. I would recommend you can install the Flipboard app to an iPad or an iPhone or an Android device. The reason to do that is if you install the application onto your mobile device, it will add an additional option to your device in your sharing settings, that from a mobile device you can also add content directly to Flipboard. So if you're reading a story on your iPhone, you hit share, and one of the options it presents you is with Flipboard, and you add it. So if I go back to my Flipboard magazine, I've now got a story. Now, because I've got a story, it's given me some additional options. I'm going to click on share. I can share it via different ways, but I want to embed this magazine. So what I'm now going to do, I'm going to copy. I'm going to go back to my learning materials. This module is brand new, so there's not a lot of content here. So I'm going to add an item. Most VLEs allow you to insert HTML content. If they don't, you can just add a standard web link. Project Management Magazine. I'm going to click here on HTML. I'm just going to paste what I've added. I'm going to hit update. This View My Flipboard magazine that it shows here is actually what students would see on a mobile device if the widget doesn't display. I'm going to allow students to view content. And we now have our project management magazine set up. Excellent. Now, let's think about some different ways in which we can use this in class. You can add additional editors. You can add people to contribute. You can just send them the link, or you can email them. So one of the ways which you might use this with students and invite them to co-create knowledge with you is, or curate knowledge, is you can add those as editors. You could talk the students through how to make use of Flipboard, and they can then add stories that they find to the shared magazine. I used that last year with the strategic management module. It worked really nicely. Students would add stories they'd seen in the week, and at the start of the seminar sessions, we'd have a look at the magazine together. And there's no issue if students don't have mobile devices, because you can just project the magazine onto a whiteboard. And we had a look at what stories were topical that week and related to the topic that we wanted to use. Another way that you could do it is you could assign the students to run the magazine, and they have to find content. It seems to me it wouldn't be particularly difficult to embed into an assignment. There's loads of different ways you can use it. I mean, for me, the real advantage that I find, being perfectly honest, is I'm there in the evenings at home, I'm reading something online, maybe on a mobile device, and I think to myself, oh, that's an interesting story. Couple of clicks, I've added it to Flipboard. And the benefit of this is it's so much quicker than most VLE environments. Because think about what you've got to do. I've got to log on to the VLE. I've got to create a new item. I've got to generate a HTML link, blah, blah, blah. No. Once you've set it up, once you've added your widget and you've logged in, it's really easy. I've even, to be honest with you, I'm even supporting a colleague who runs a different module, business law. I helped set him up with the business law uh, um, magazine. He's teaching the module, but if I see a story that's relevant for that module, I add it. And it works really nicely. That is a short introduction into how to use Flipboard, embed it, make use of it. Try it out, it's dead easy. My students really like it, they get a lot of benefit from it. It's a low impact way I can add content to my sites. I hope you enjoy it. And I hope you like this video.